Now, one of the stories that I will remember for the rest of my life that happened in 2021 was when Antonio Brown removed his jersey and shoulder pads and left MetLife Stadium in New York, dancing and waving to the New York faithful when he quit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the third quarter of their game. Mike Evans says that Antonio Brown's final moments with the Buccaneers was because he wanted the, quote, rock. He wanted the football. And Jordan Dajani from CBS basically writes that the Buccaneers, including its players, are sticking with the story that it was an injury that started the fight. It was Antonio Brown's need and want to get the football. Here's what he wrote, quote, "It was one of the highlights or lowlights of the 2021 NFL season as Brown took off his pads and jersey mid-game against the New York Jets in Week 17, and he ran off the field while exciting the fans in attendance. Recently, Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans revisited that wild Sunday with Yahoo Sports, and he said that Brown was wanting the ball before his dramatic exit. Evans bringing up that Brown wanted the, quote, rock is interesting, since it's something that head coach Bruce Arians also told reporters when Brown was released. He claimed that Brown was very upset at halftime, and it had to do with him, with who was getting targeted in the passing game. Brown was asked about this during an interview with HBO's Real Sports with Bryan Gumbel, and he said the claim was false. Will we ever really find out what happened in Tampa Bay? The short answer is probably no, we probably never will. Now, there was a time that I didn't believe the Buccaneers organization whatsoever. They mishandled a lot of injury situations this year. Rob Gronkowski playing with broken ribs. Mike Evans running down the sidelines, playing with a torn ACL. But what I do know is, when you look at the events leading up to the Jets game, Antonio Brown inviting a friend into his hotel room, even though he was not supposed to, the constant changes of the story from Antonio Brown and his camp, there's now a part of me that sits back and sort of believes the Buccaneers organization. With Mike Evans coming out today and saying this had nothing to do with injury, this had to do with Antonio Brown wanting the football. It sort of reinforces to me that maybe Antonio Brown is just a little bit crazy. Maybe Antonio Brown just isn't that truthful. This is the same Antonio Brown who was suspended for submitting a fake document saying that he was vaccinated against COVID-19. And he was ratted out by his chef because he owed him money. So sometimes we have to look at the source, and perhaps Antonio Brown isn't the best source to look at. And Mike Evans gains nothing and loses nothing by just being honest.